Division crown all boils down to this. The second matchup between Huron and Willard to decide a conference champion featuring the top two scorers in the league in Max Dawson and Dylan Hohler. And you can enjoy all the action live and free exclusively on the OH Report, and it's all coming your way next.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show for this SBC Bay Division Championship game. Alongside the great Brandon Wells, I am Brian Skowronski, and man, you want to talk about all the chips being on the table here. I mean, it's senior night for Willard. They can get an outright championship, but they've got the only team that beat them in the SBC Bay this year in their house, and they beat them pretty good in the first meeting, Brandon.
Yeah, Huron took care of business the first time these two teams squared off a few weeks back, but tonight it's a little different, right? They're fully ready to go. They're at home, and playing here at the Haas is a whole different environment for Huron coming in here. Willard's played an incredibly hard schedule all year. Yeah. We talked about it a week or two ago. Time flies so fast. I can't remember if that was a week or 2 weeks ago that we were here, but I know this: Willard is going to be ready to play tonight against Huron, and all of those tough games that they've had against bigger schools, tougher schools, has prepared them here for their finale at home.
Let's talk first about the visiting Tigers trying to get themselves a piece of the SBC Bay Division crown tonight, and they were playing, a little bit hotter than like a jalapeno on a campfire until Tuesday night where they got beat by Perkins. A bit of an upset right there, Brandon. 10 straight wins for them, so you could say that this team coming in with the most confidence, flying higher than anybody in all the SBC.
Yeah, started 4-4, then won 10 straight, and then the loss against Perkins. It's kind of an anomaly, but when you win 10 straight games as a program, you're not really all that surprised as a coach when you drop one to Perkins. And, Perkins is not a bad team. So, their record is around 500, but that doesn't mean they're a bad team. And on any given night, as we know, right? And so Perkins gave it to them by 3, a 3-point loss the other night. But Huron, they've got a lot of guys out there. Well, I should say they have one stud guy that they all revolve around, right? And we'll see who kind of comes up as the second and third guys tonight, but Dylan Hohler makes it all go.
Yeah, he's kind of the center of the universe for them. Everything revolves around the District 6 Player of the Year. He's a multi-sport athlete. He's not even going to be playing basketball at the next level. That's what makes this kid so dynamic.
Well, it's crazy, right? He's got a preferred walk-on status at Toledo to play football. Had some offers and some opportunities, I should say, to probably play multiple sports at a couple different places. Could have played basketball, could have played football at a couple different levels. Chooses to stay nearby and go to Toledo as a preferred walk-on football team. Played quarterback for Willard, tremendous athlete. He's averaging 20 and 10, you see it right there, and 5 assists. So, everything runs through him on the offensive and defensive side.
Yeah, no question. They're going to be looking to get Dylan involved throughout the entire duration of the night. There he is, sporting the number 5, and he's just such a calm, cool, collected competitor, but also has a little bit of ferocity to him. So he's definitely going to be a fun guy to see match up tonight with Willard, who, hey, this is kind of their game and their conference to put away here tonight. You know, they've already got a share, but it feels great when you don't have to have the dual teams on the line at the end of the season that says they were conference champions. That's what's at stake tonight for the Flashes.
Yeah, and outside of Max Dawson, they've got a lot of balance. They've got some guys who can hurt you, here and there. And Cam Robinson, the last time we were here, played incredibly well, and he's going to have to play really well tonight offensively because Huron held them to 37 points in the first matchup. So Dawson needs Robinson. Robinson needs Dawson. They need 3 or 4 guys to get into that double-figure area, I should say, in order for them to have a chance here tonight. Even though they're at home, this Huron team is long. They've got some size. Willard, meanwhile, they're the highest scoring team in the Bay. They can put up some points, and they can get up and down. There's no right, but it's a big one here tonight. They can win the conference.
While they score a lot of points, boy, they give up a lot too, Brandon.
Yeah.
So we're expecting a shootout here, and that's been the case for a lot of games. But this gentleman right here, he's the big gun. He's the top scorer in all of the SBC, and I thought about using somebody else for the player spotlight, but
Right.
How do you not go with Max Dawson leading the SBC in scoring? And then he also, while his numbers don't blow you away with the rebounding and assists, he's a good team player with some good character, and his teammates, they love him.
Yeah, they love him. You can tell he's a good kid. We talked to them last time afterward, and just you can tell he gives a lot of credit to his coaching staff and his teammates, defers and deflects a lot of that attention that comes his way, and he's going to have to try to figure out how to do that offensively tonight because, again, Huron is going to try to shut him down. There's no way that they're coming in here tonight thinking, oh, we're going to let Max do whatever. They're coming in saying, we're going to make somebody else beat us tonight. And Max averages 24, but they were only able to put up 37 last time out against Huron's tough defense.
Yeah, we were both talking before the game. We wish we could have went back and watched that game today and just see how it all transpired. What was the game plan for Huron? Was it a bad shooting night for Willard? Probably something in between.
Right, and Brian, the thing is, they're going to come out. Obviously, Willard saw, and I'm sure have been watching. Coach Bedingfield's been watching that film and saying, okay, let's see if Huron attacks us that same way defensively. We're going to have an answer for that. And what different defensive strategy will Coach James have tonight to sort of mix it up and do something a little different?
All right, so it's now for our keys to victory, presented by MidOhioJobs.net. And Brandon, we will start with the visiting Huron Tigers. How do they get it done here on the road tonight, in your opinion?
Got to repeat the D, right? You gave up 37 points the first time against Willard, and you know that you only, if you give up 37 again, you're winning. So if they're able to keep Willard under 45, 50 points, and they're only averaging, teams are only allowing 44 points per game. So their defense travels, right? So it doesn't matter if you're at home or you're on the road. Defense travels, and that's what they need to do tonight.
And as we saw at the very end of the JV game, a thrilling 1-point win for Willard on a buzzer-beating 3. The perimeter can be the difference in the game. This is a Huron squad that's made over 100 trifectas as a unit this year. I think if they can duplicate some of that magic, that they are going to have a lot of success here on the road tonight. It might even potentially spoil senior night for the Flashes here, as we are just about set for basketball. And I just feel like the environment and the electricity, it's pretty palpable, man. I mean, when we arrived here at like 5:45, there was a lot of people in the gym getting ready in anticipation of the JV game, and that one lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it sure did. And they want to get, they wanted to get here early to get a good seat, right? Because anytime you got these big varsity games, as a JV player, you're excited, and it's a little more intensity as well. And you saw it. Great win at the buzzer for Willard.
My T's and he die in those eyes. Don't take offense if I do not oblige. I can't belabor like none of these guys. They hit me once and I'm cutting the ties. I was so low, but I'm back on the rise. It's real.
So the stage has been set by the Willard Pep Band, and we are just about ready for tip-off here on a Friday night at the Haas. Great environment, as we were just detailing for you guys. It's a jam-packed house here. Willard fans, of course, wanting to see their team head off into the sunset with that SBC championship. The seniors going out with a win on their final home game. And then the Huron fans, totally different reasons for being here, Brandon. That's the best part about athletics. Someone's got to lose, and then the winner, goes all of the great times.
Yeah, there's no ties in basketball, right? This isn't soccer. There's no ties here, so I'm looking forward to this one tonight. Can't wait to see how they match up the second time through. The second time through is always a different adjustment, right?
Sure.
Both teams, you get to see, all right, which of these coaches are able to get their game plan over, into their kids' heads, and they understand, okay, hey, here's what we got to do tonight in order to win this game.
So in order to win the game for Willard, Brandon, what does it take, my friend? What is the key to victory?
Well, I think they're going to have to crash the glass. They have to hit the boards. They don't rebound particularly well as a team generally. So against a decent-sized team in Huron, especially with Hohler inside and Jackson McNulty at 6'4" apiece, they're going to have to find a way to limit Huron to one shot. And then crash the boards on the offensive side and try to get a couple easy buckets, second chance points.
And I just feel like you got to take that easy money. This is a team that they average more than 6 steals per contest. Get them out, cash them in, get some currency at the other end. And if you can make the easy ones add up by the end of the night, all the points, they don't got to be hard. If you can get some easy ones, definitely goes a long way to victory. And, they've got the atmosphere set here. The lights are out. The spotlight is a-shining. Whew, I haven't seen them do this at Willard yet this season.
No, they're going all in here tonight on senior night, right? And why not? This is when you do it. This is why you got the spotlights. You've got everything rolling here tonight, and as a player, this is something that gets you hyped. Even as a coach, this is something that gets you hyped. You're excited, and you got to be careful that you don't come out and give too much energy early on, because what happens is the first minute or two, you're actually so excited, you have so much adrenaline. The physiology of that is that your body actually is going to crash a couple minutes in if you get yourself too hyped. So you got to be careful of that as a coach too, that you're telling your guys, all right, hey, we want to be excited, we want to come out with energy, but let's not come out crazy. And there's a fine line there.
Yeah, I think those are all solid points. You don't want to be too pumped up too quick, even if you're a senior on senior night. Store up some of that emotion and bring it out, pour it out on the floor. But I think a fast start for either one of these squads, of course, could be very beneficial, Brandon. Coaches always tell me about those first 3 minutes and how relevant that is to success. So I'm thinking either side, if they can get off to a dynamic start, that would be huge, of course, going towards trying to get a big win.
Yeah, for Willard especially, they're going to have to really move the ball better than they did the first time against Huron. They're going to have to take their time moving the ball around the perimeter, working it inside and back out. And I know it sounds cliched and all that, but it's true. You got to take your time with the basketball, move it around the perimeter. Don't settle for long threes. You got to get yourself some better shots this time than they did the first time out. Great atmosphere here tonight. I mean, fans are into it. The student section is just outrageous. They are rocking and rolling over there, ready to go. One of the things I love now is the fat heads that everybody has on a stick with like baby pictures of the seniors. So that's always fun to see.
Yeah, the student section here packed from top to bottom here at Willard tonight. As the starting lineups are being announced, Mr. Hohler just got his name called as we're going back and forth. Now here comes Bryden Thompson for Willard. Just the mystique with these lights out. It's hard to probably see on your TV screen. It seems a little bit brighter out here.
That's all right. Environment. We'll fire it up here in a minute.
And that will wrap up our Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show. If you're looking for some work or just trying to attract the right type of employee, head over to midohiojobs.net and let them help you out.
Well, I was reading up on Huron a little bit, and Coach Bobby James in his 14th season, 211 wins. You see Coach Bedingfield right there with his squad.
Yep.
Coach has his squad playing well. They've won 7 out of their last 8, 5 in a row. including that game we were here, a tough one against Lucas a couple weeks ago. And tonight, obviously, something's going on out here as they're not quite ready to play.
Yeah, you got the athletic director out making some waves to the crowd.
Oh, they're making sure they have the right lights on. Oh, boy. So they turned them all off, and now they're just trying to make sure. They got to go through a process of firing back up, I think, is what happens.
Well, and I can talk a little bit about this process because
Okay.
I just DJ'd a prom in a gym last weekend. And in order to get all of the lights back on afterwards,
Right.
it felt like it was a 15-minute process. Which ones do we actually flip and where and why? People running all around the different outlets. So looks like they got it dialed in over here at Willard, though.
They're ready to roll now. Carson Weir's going to start tonight. That's pretty cool as a senior. Just going to be able to be out on the court. And special moment for him to be out there, even though he's not able to play. Max Dawson going to be the
first reserve here.
Sacrificial lamb coming off the bench. He'll give it to Weirs.
And what a gesture here by Huron for allowing them to get that tip into the hands of the senior, who, of course, suffered a knee injury before the campaign even started. So the feel-good moments like this, you can really only get in sports, Brandon. Like, there's just so many great layers to competition. That's one of them right there.
Well, and that's where Coach Bedingfield and Coach James have to get together right before, and they say, hey, here's what we want to do. We'll give you the ball back. So, Willard takes the turnover, and there you go. We're off and running.
And it'll be again in the hands of the Tigers. This Hohler dumping it inside, and tough shot with the left hand there by McNulty. I think affected a little bit by the Willard defense.
Yeah, good post-up defense on the inside because he had good position kind of down low.
Dawson matched up with Hohler. Top two scorers in the league, and actually we're going to get a switch. Looks like Huron changing the matchups here, depending on where the screens are coming from.
Yeah, Luke Rager on him now out there, and Luke's a good defender. Going to Adrian College to play his basketball.
Max, quick trigger, the lefty, swirls it out. And the rebound secured here by Murray. Thought about the three on the other side. Now they try to dump it in. It's tipped away from Hohler, but to the sophomore. And this time he'll convert. McNulty with the first two of the night.
Well, a nice defense out on the perimeter and kind of an unlucky bounce on the deflection where it goes off the hoop right to Huron. But good defense of getting their hands in the passing lanes there. That's why defensively you always want your guys having their hands out, hands up.
So the Flashes looking to match here at the other end with Robinson giving it off to Dawson. Pretty much 5 wide right now. Everything's spread out for the Flashes as they look to reset.
And you said it on the first possession. Hohler is guarding Max Dawson, and that's a tough assignment for Dawson.
So you really got to credit Hohler for wanting to take on that assignment.
Oh, nice dish.
And the three comes up short off the front iron that time on the attempt from Alex Strayer.
He had a good look at it. It was a good pass by Dawson to distribute.
Strayer having a solid senior campaign here for the Flashes.
Yeah, dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. One of the things he said, he was just thankful to be able to play.
Looks like we're going to get a foul here, and 2 shots coming up for Dylan Hohler. We'll take a second look on the Sutton Bank replay.
Strayer got there just a little late. You see it right there. He slid his feet at the last second. The Willard fans wanted a charge, but that's the right call there. Good block. Good block call, I should say. Good take to the basket.
Hohler, one of the top free throw shooters in all the SBC.
Yeah, he used every piece of the rim there, but that's why you got it.
And he'll go 2 for 2, so the lead swells out to 4. Flashes have been one and done on their first couple of possessions.
Yeah, good rebounding team Huron. They're +3 on the season.
Deep 3, and it's good for Cam Robinson. Hohler cut off the other way by Robinson. Strayer sneaking into the passing lane, but he's going to be out of bounds. Give us a quick second to look at that last triple. I mean, the hand's in the face, but Cam don't care.
Yeah, Cam doesn't matter. Right, he's like, that's fine. I'll just fire it from a little deeper and just throw it up and over you. He had a heck of a game last time we were here. He's got a good inside and outside game. Willard only plays 5 usually, maybe one guy off the bench. So, you know, they got to be careful to stay out of foul trouble.
On the drive, that's going to be the second foul against the Flashes. More free throws coming up here for Huron.
Strong take to the basket by Lagondo, and gets himself to the line.
Pretty nice length all around the floor here for the Tigers. Lagondo at 6'3", Hohler's about 6'4". You look on the inside, they got the sophomore McNulty, 6'4" as well. So a lot of lanky kids for this Huron squad.
Yeah, and versatile, right? I mean, similarly to Willard, where guys can really switch off, and there's no matchup where you're like, yeah, I don't want ever. You're not going to have a really big guy and a really little guy, and vice versa. Yeah, that's a lane violation there, unfortunately, for Willard, as Isaac Robinson stepped in early. So he'll get another shot at it here, Will Lagondo.
And he won't make the most of it as it hops off the front of the rim. And here's Dawson pushing it into the front court for Strayer now. Tough pass inside. Robinson was able to handle it in traffic.
Willard's a little stagnant right now offensively to start.
Robinson bullies his way in. Shot blocked, though, weak side, McNulty. Now Rager, the kick out, Hohler from downtown. Not this time. Second chance opportunity. Dylan goes baseline, takes the contact, offensive foul.
Wow. That's a tough turnover there, and I think Rager actually probably made one too many passes, which as a coach I don't like to say, but you saw right there on the replay, thanks to our friends at Sutton Bank, he had an open look at the 3, and I think Rager probably should have caught and fired. He's a good three-point shooter, 38%, being a little too unselfish, which you don't say very often as a coach.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though. Sometimes if you get an open look, hey, that's what we're working the offense for, is to try to get those. So you got to pop it when you get those looks. You know, Robinson, he'll do it from anywhere. This time, pretty much triple team, though.
Yeah, that's an overdrive by him on that one.
Rager has it pop out. Now pushing back the other way. 3 ball on the way, and it's pure from Isaac Robinson.
Robinson boys with a couple of threes. Dawson still scoreless halfway through the first quarter.
And
he doesn't care as long as they win, yeah.
That's what I love so much about Max. As much as he fills it up offensively, he's a kid definitely. He's almost embarrassed about how much he scores.
Yeah, it's refreshing, isn't it?
Here's another good look right in front of the student section. Lagondo off target. But the leak out, Robinson with the left.
That's a great pass down court. And a nice job, like you said, the leak out by Robinson, but a good look down court, I think, by Strayer there.
Baseline drive leads to a kick out, Rager 3.
See, there it is. Can't leave him alone out there. You know, it's Rager and Hohler. You got to make somebody else beat you. You got to close out better if you're Willard on that one.
And it squares us up 8 each as we're sub 3 minutes to go. First quarter action, the SBC title on the line tonight. Huron would love to get them a piece, but Robinson's got much different plans.
It's just such a tough assignment, you know. He's strong, he's left-handed, athletic, really coordinated, broad shoulders, strong in the middle.
Well detailed. That was quite the bio right there, Brandon. All the attributes. Oh, great look on the back door. Strayer with the recovery, comes away with the thefts. 2-on-1 here, nice dribbling. And that's another one, maybe a little too unselfish.
Yeah,
shoot
absolutely.
That guy.
Yeah, he's got it here, and, you know, defensively, he forced him to throw that. McNulty kind of stayed in the middle and then dropped back. You got to go up with that one. Now, sometimes you guys can be too deferential to their best players, and sometimes it costs you. There's a turnover there. Little zone here, little 1-3-1. from the flashes.
And it leads instantly to a Hohler 3. Just about everything coming up short so far from downtown in this game. Now Dawson, quick acceleration.
He's deadly going to the basket on that left side, especially going baseline. Just a slight hesitation. Willard still in that 1-3-1 until Huron can knock him out of it, I think, here. It's not an overly aggressive 1-3-1, right? It's just sort of mixing it up. Nice skip pass, and there it is, right? That's the zone beater, the skip pass and the 3.
This time it's Adam Murray coming through, his first points of the contest. And now Dawson looking to turn things up a notch. A couple of hops off the rim. Rager comes away with it. Rager coast to coast, switching to his left hand on the fly. Gorgeous stuff right there.
Yeah, Strayer got himself too deep there and had no choice but to just kind of get out of the way.
So Huron goes back in front. As we're down under 50 seconds to go. Here's Cam. Too strong that time. Strayer up over the top and definitely go down as a loose ball foul.
And I think that's his second. So we talked about it, right? Willard only generally plays 5, maybe 6. They might go 1 deep here and there, but now you got 2 fouls on Strayer.
And it looks like Coach Bedingfield electing to keep his senior out there on senior night. So we'll see if they try to attack him here. He's matched up with Adam Murray.
I'd go right at him. There they are. Yep.
Smart offense.
Well, a lot of veterans out there on this Huron squad. Mostly seniors out there.
Call's going to be a kick here as Robinson doesn't necessarily agree with the call. Thought it was incidental.
Everybody thinks it's incidental on a kick, right?
More often than not. There's a lot of confusion out there.
They're going right at Strayer. Yep, they were.
Now Rager walks it out to midcourt, checking the clock, down to about 10 seconds to go. Looking to make his move with Lagondo setting the screen. Can't turn the corner, but the mid-range J, too much.
Got a fire. Got a chance.
Robinson will. No bueno, but a great first quarter in the books. It's the Tigers in front by 1 as we head to the second.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services. Restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
One quarter down, at least 3 to go that we're scheduled for here tonight. And fun first 8 minutes of action, Brandon. We were just talking and kind of about expected, I think.
Yeah, the only thing unexpected is that Hohler and Dawson each only with a bucket. But that often happens with guys that are the best players on the team. Try to get everybody else involved before they get rolling. Nice pass inside to McNulty from Hohler.
Establishing him down inside, getting his confidence rising.
Well, and you can see the quarterback there of Hohler up top making a nice dish inside, seeing the open man.
Dawson didn't even think about it. Somehow rimmed out. Strayer there. Friends in low places are always good to have.
Crashing the offensive glass. We talked about it in the pregame, and there it was. Nice job by Strayer.
Logano looking to go down here on the block yet again. Jackson getting a lot of looks. And try to force it inside that time for Dylan.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. Some of the Willard folks didn't like it, but, you know, that's you said it, Brian. That was a forced pass on a backside in the slot, and it wasn't there.
Almost a 5-second call before they get it out to Hohler.
Oh, what a look. Oh, what a even better block.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be easy money there, but nuh-uh. Max Dawson coming in. As we'll get a foul here, but I got to take it back to the other end.
Oh,
a
yeah.
Second look.
Look at this great pass coming on a overhead, and an even better block by Dawson coming from behind. That's next level stuff right there, right? That's where you see the separation of the men from the boys. Like, oh yeah, that kid's playing at the next level right there.
That was some recovery right there.
Sure was. Yeah, because he got beat. You know, it was a great cut.
Sometimes the great defenders, they almost even allow guys to go by them like that because they can time it up so well. It drives you nuts as a coach, but not when they make the highlight play like that.
Yeah, when you can make up for it, it doesn't matter, right?
So the Flashes back out in front by 1.
Back into a man-to-man defensively, too.
Hohler attacking inside, up and under, draped all over him was Braden Thompson. And it's going to head the other way.
That's pretty good defense by Thompson. Hohler tried to just kind of bully his way in and just couldn't get good enough position back out from the hoop. Good job on the defensive side for Willard.
Here's Dawson, right side, looking to blow by his defender. He will. Found a crowd, but still able to whip it through.
Great take, and you know he's going left, and you still can't stop it.
Yeah, sometimes scouting reports, you know what you need to do, and it doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, and there was 2 guys there on the backside to come and help, and he still just threw it up off the window and got it to fall.
3 points, I believe, the largest deficit that we've had either way.
Yep, this has been a good one so far.
Here comes Murray, cut off by Strayer reaching in. He's got to be careful.
Oh, that's a big foul. That's 3 on Alex Strayer. And now Bedingfield says, all right, I'm going to the bench. Here comes Jackson Beamer, the sophomore guard, and Jackson's a good shooter. He can stroke it, and he's got some length, but not the same defensively as the senior Alex Strayer.
Yeah, I think it's a big loss for them. And how long will Coach Joe go with him over on the bench? A long way still remaining in this second period.
Yeah, that's one of the toughest calls as a coach is trying to figure that out when guys are in foul issues. And when you're not playing many guys off the bench, it changes both offensively and defensively for you.
Lagondo with the screen, slips to the outside. Now Ranger to the corner. That open 3 off target from McNulty.
They gave him that look wide open. Oh, what a look by Dawson.
But an even better look from the corner. Bottoms up for Isaac, his second.
Oh, nice pass. Really great look, just popping it back out. I think it was Braden Thompson who made the look outside to the corner. Really great pass.
Now all of a sudden a 6-point difference. Hohler trying to trim into that. He cannot. It's cleared here by Isaac. Robinson, heat check.
Yeah, he was feeling it, right? Oh, great offensive board. Willard is dominating on the glass, 12-6 early on.
Wow.
Did not expect to see that so far. If you're Coach Bobby James, you're a little frustrated at that.
Little elbow-to-elbow action. Don't see that too often.
No, you don't. A tough shot there. Good rebound by McNulty. Good defense.
Couple of nice moves, but even better defense. Beamer sticking with them.
Good recovery by Beamer.
Hohler has not been able to get the looks he's accustomed to, but right on cue, baby.
I thought Robinson was straight up. Coach Bedingfield is really, really mad about that not being called on the other end. That's what he's given the official a hard time about. Like, if you're going to call that one, you got to call it on the other end. I could read his lips, and that's exactly what he was saying. And he's right, actually, on that case. You know, I thought Robinson was straight up there. Gets a tough call on him, but Hohler forces his way to the basket, gets one to fall.
Just 4 points for Dylan Hohler, make it 5. As he's perfect from the charity stripe and 88% on the season, so you kind of expect that from him.
Yeah, there's nothing that he can't do out on the floor.
Dawson.
Speaking of,
My
nothing
goodness.
he can't do either.
And he does such a nice job going to his left of shielding off defenders with that right arm. Rarely sticks it out where he picks up an offensive foul. Just great use of his body.
Great point, Brian. You're right. So good at that. Oh, nice save into the corner. Oh, Rager's going to fire.
Just off target, tipped out. Cam with the catch. He'll push right side, picked up by Hohler, and going right at him.
Tough shot by Robinson.
Hohler's got one foul. I think he was trying to pick up his second. As that one's ripped away.
Oh, Beamer, great effort, good defense, but he stepped out as he tried to save it. You'll see his back leg step out of bounds right here at the last second. He's got a foot out of bounds.
So McNulty on the block, kicks it out. Hohler, one of the best looks he's had so far.
Yeah, and you're right. You said it earlier. Everything he shot so far looks short, a little flat. So I don't know if his legs are a little tired here tonight or he's just off to a slow start, but he's not elevating on his shot, so the ball's just not getting up over the front of the rim.
Definitely held in check so far to his standards. The player of the year in the district for Division III, and right now, just 5 points, closing in on the midway point of the contest, and Coach Bedingfield got a message for his squad as he'll call a timeout.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you're playing pretty well. You got a 5-point lead, and Coach sees something he didn't like. Or what I will say is I think when you're only playing 5 or 6 guys, that's one thing strategically you're going to use, right? You're not just necessarily going to save them like some coaches. When you're rotating 3-4 guys in off the bench, you say, all right, I got to know when. We're a little more than halfway through the second quarter. It looks like my guys might be a little winded. I saw Kim Robinson take a tough shot. Let's call timeout. Let's give guys a second. Let's regroup. Let them get a blow, and then say, all right, let's go back at it, guys. Sometimes you guys, you call a timeout, and you call your guys in, and you go, hey, I don't have anything to say. I just felt like we needed a little breather.
But as fans and parents, you're like, oh, Joe's on to something. He saw a little chink in the armor. Check this out coming out of the timeout.
Right. Yeah, you never know, right? Sometimes the best thing you can do as a coach is say nothing, make a joke. Especially when I was coaching baseball, especially that was the case. You go to the pitching mound, and sometimes you just crack a joke. You wouldn't say anything, and then you just say, all right, let's go, get 2.
A lot of different strategies and methods to the coaching ranks.
There's so much psychology. You got to know. That's a good take to the basket. You got to know which buttons to push for your kids, for each kid.
That's a Rager picking up the foul there. It's just going to be his fourth on the Tigers.
Pretty clean game so far. Only 5 turnovers combined. Not too many fouls either.
Nice contest inside. I think Murray might have even got a piece of that one. Leads to the leak out here for La Civita.
Whoa.
Now a little tangle. Cross-court Hohler on the run, and that's where he's really effective.
Yeah, he's just so under control going to the basket. You said it earlier, too. He's just smooth, under control, unflappable. That steady heartbeat guy that you need as a leader.
Well short with that 3 attempt by Isaac Robinson.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And the transition 3. Big one for Murray.
Yeah. Coming out of that timeout, 5 straight points here for Huron, so kind of backfired so far. Clearing out here for Dawson, it looks like, but you can see pack line defense. Everybody kind of waiting for Dawson to attack, and their eyes are on him.
Now Robinson, maybe a little push off.
Yeah, great job of cutting off the baseline by Adam Murray.
No bueno from Thompson from outside. So Huron on a nice little 5-0 run here, looking to continue the spurt.
That's a tough dish, and they're going to call Cam Robinson on that one. Almost a handoff there between Rager and Hohler.
This is going to be number 2 on Cam, who's off to a sensational start. 9 points, leads everybody.
Hohler directing traffic up there. You see it. Well, nice take to the basket. There's going to be another foul. I think Rager, they're going to try to isolate him, especially if he's got Jackson Beamer on him. Rager's got that, kind of cagey veteran move, getting to the basket, good quick first step. And anytime you're going senior against a sophomore in that situation, I'll take my money on the senior most of the time.
Yeah, Luke's having a phenomenal 12th grade campaign. Gives the Tigers a lead here on the road now.
Yeah, excited and happy for him to see he signed with Adrian College to go play basketball. Anytime you get to play any sport at the next level, I mean, people don't realize how hard that is. Just to play, but you're in the 1%, right? You're in the 1% when you're going to play any athletics at the next level.
Rager, the second leading scorer on the team throughout the season, goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and he's got 7 points, matching Hohler for the top spot on the team so far. And kind of those are the two guys that you expect that from. If the Tigers are going to be successful, they have been getting it done offensively night in, night out for them all season long.
Yeah, sure have. It's a two-man game for them, a little Batman and Robin, right? And sometimes you need that third scorer, though. That's a tough turnover. Offensively, Willard's struggling right now the last couple minutes.
A little bit stagnant. The Tigers on the other end. Tough angle and just won't fall.
Great rebound by Beamer. Yeah, that was a tough angle. He's almost behind the hoop.
Dawson the other way, and wow, 3 free throws in his future.
Well, that's tough, right? Because you want Rager to close out. You see it right there. And Rager closes out, but you got to give him a little more room to land. And I don't think he gave him enough room, and that's why Dawson's going to line to shoot 3.
Dawson good with the first. And he makes the second as well. And Max with a big scoring game tonight can be the area leader in our stat leaders competition that we had, as the regular season, of course, wraps up this weekend for the gentleman. I believe he owned the top spot the last couple of weeks.
That wouldn't surprise me, right? I mean, big game tonight here. By the way, I mean, you're on pace for a game in the 50s right now, so I think that tempo actually favors Huron.
Oh, and definitely these shots will help. Evan Lasidova from downtown. But Dawson getting right back to work as he's going to get fouled and go right back to the free throw stripe where he was just 3 for 3.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to say automatic, but 81, 82% there now after making those 3. And you don't want to put him at the line. He's just so good at drawing contact, and I gave it to him, right? He misses. But, you know, he's so good at drawing contact. And like you said earlier, he's got really good body control. Hasn't signed anywhere yet, right? Look at play at the next level. Got quite a few looks. See where he signs. I'm curious to see what he decides, if he decides to stick around here. Or
yeah, well, sometimes, you know, when you're the pretty girl at the dance, you gotta wait and make people come to you.
Weigh your options, baby.
That's right. I'm sure Max loves being compared to a pretty girl.
There are worse things. Not being compared to the ugly girl, right?
Amen to that. Another tough lob inside for Hohler. They've been trying to force feed him.
That's a travel. That's a good call.
And so it's going to give an opportunity here to Huron to increase their lead a little bit. 4.8 ticks here.
Yeah, you don't want to give up an easy one here at the end. Uh-oh, that's a wide open look.
Oh, nothing but the bottom just before the horn for Adam Murray. Big shot for the Tigers to extend their cushion out to 4.
Yeah, ouch.
We'll step aside and be back with your halftime show, presented by Spherion Mid-Ohio. That'll include stats, analysis, and so much more. Keep it here. The SBC Championship game in the Bay Division will return right after this.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. soon. Knew as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told him step back, I need my broom. Vroom. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Yo, these are the bomb.
And they're air popped, not fried.
Popcorners. You're an artist.
Actually, Jesse, it's just basic ingredients. No, we don't eat our own supply.
Mr. White.
Jesse.
Everyone's gonna want to taste. And I know just the guy to talk to. What are these? We call them popcorners.
Say their name.
Popcorners. Time! Yeah! How much of this stuff do you have? We've got 6 signature flavors, Joe. 7! You make 7! 7.
7 works.
Yeah.
Popcorners. Break into something good.
We're gonna eat a lot of snacks together.
Tonight's high school broadcast brought to you live and free by these amazingly generous sponsors. How about Bo Lacey Construction? Experience you can trust, done right, and done on time. Spherion Mid-Ohio, let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. And by Ebert Dental Group, the premier dental company right here in the great city of Willard. Located at 390 East Howard Street in Suite C, and they are accepting new patients. So if you need some dental work done, give our guys at Ebert's a call, 419-935-2881.
You know what's a fun word to say? Kasasa.
Isn't it?
It's great.
That's one of my favorite readers. Kasasa.
Kasasa.
It's hard to beat.
Oh, my guy Dennis Miller over there at Sutton Bank. Yeah, there's some great sponsors. Glad to have all those folks on board here. You know, high school basketball. We get to show kids, at the purest form of basketball.
And so let's just jump right into our Spherion Mid-Ohio halftime show. Brought to you by MidOhioJobs.net. And good game going here so far. And we were talking about the timeout that was taken by Coach Bedingfield. And sometimes those don't really go in your favor. They felt like they had the momentum right there, Brandon. And then Huron, they closed out on a little bit of a run.
Yeah, 13-4 run for Huron to close it out. And that three at the end is a dagger. If you're Coach Bedingfield, the game seemed closer than a 4-point game, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but that's one of the biggest deficits. I think that's the biggest lead so far for Huron. But right before that happened, I said, you can't give up an easy shot here. And sure enough, They left Murray wide open in the corner,
Yeah.
and that happens sometimes. You got a couple seconds left. Somebody gets lost in the shuffle, and Coach Bedingfield and staff, you go into the locker room with a kind of a bad taste in your mouth, even though you played pretty well. This hasn't been the most fluid of basketball games. It's, I think there's been some forced shots on the offensive side by both teams, but some of that's because both these teams are playing pretty well defensively and they know each other. You look at taking a look at the stats. What stands out to me, we talked about it in the pregame, was that Willard needed to win the rebound battle, and so far they have. But the 5 turnovers have cost them as well, and I think Huron has capitalized here in the second quarter. They did, and got some points off turns.
Yeah, you're right. They've been turning their opportunities into some points at the other end when they've been able to come away with some steals and knocking down some key buckets here at the end of the second quarter. So for the Flashes, it felt like they got into a nice rhythm there offensively, and then things got a little bit loose maybe there at the end of the second quarter. So I'm going to guess that we're going to get Strayer back into the game here to start the third, even though he's got those 3 fouls. Potentially with those 5 on the floor, look for them to try to make a run here early in the third quarter, Brandon.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brian. The Strayer third foul kind of came around the same time where Huron all of a sudden made their run. And that's no disrespect to Jackson Beamer, the sophomore. He played pretty well, but you're used to the 5 guys out there, and it was a little bit different defensively. And Strayer's an excellent defensive player. He's a glue guy, right? He's not great at anything, but he's good at everything. He's a good passer on the offensive side. He's a good rebounder, an excellent defender, but got a little over-aggressive picking up that third foul, and it cost him. And so you're right. I think with those 5 guys back out. But on the other side, if you're Huron, or as some people say, Huron, it's
I'm hearing you.
Huron. Oh, I see what you did there. I think you go right at Strayer. Right, you go right. You don't go totally around your game plan of what you're normally going to do, because kind of like Coach Wooden always said was, we're going to do what we do and not worry so much about the other team. And I love that philosophy, but I still would say, hey, if I have an opportunity to go get a 4th foul on Strayer, on one of their senior leaders, I'm doing it. I'm going at him.
No doubt. And especially, obviously, it's senior night out here for Strayer, so you want to play well. You want to stay on the floor. He might get a little bit tense on the defensive side, and obviously you don't want to gamble. I thought that third foul for him, and he knows he probably shouldn't have reached in that capacity. But does he allow a couple of plays to slide by for some easier hoops because he's trying to stay on the floor for his big night?
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to pick up that 4th foul, particularly early in the third quarter. You don't want to pick it up at all, but especially in the third quarter. And these teams have a long history of playing each other, in Willard traditionally. Wow. They have just dominated this series. That's crazy numbers, 41-16. And Huron, they're a good program, and they've been playing well lately. I don't know their program history that well, but, man, Willard has a nice long history
For sure.
here.
Yeah, as far as teams in and around North Central Ohio go, Willard would be one that you definitely identify. Definitely those teams in the 90s and the 2000s. I mean, with the Dials kids and all the success that they were able to have. Coach Haas here got his name on the floor for a reason. So, yeah, there was a lot to cheer about if you're a Flashes fan. But they've just been consistent over a long period of time. How many seasons will you look back and go, man, that was really a down one for them? And it doesn't happen very often.
Right. A down season is when they're, around 500 or a game or two under. And
exactly.
That's a testament to the youth programs. It's a testament to some legacy of guys carrying on from Coach Haas. And Coach Bedingfield's doing a fantastic job here. There's no doubt. He's got his guys. They seem to play really hard for him. They seem to respect and love him. Guys they're not going to play hard for you unless they know that you care for them. X's and O's at this level, all of these guys know their X's and O's really well. The separator, the differentiator, other than talent, of course, is when you have a guy that as your head coach loves you, cares for you, and is going to do everything he can to make you successful. And not just on the court, but off the court. And so you don't want to disappoint that guy. You don't want to disappoint that girl, that lady, as a head coach, whether it's on the men's side or the women's side. So yeah, those are important things.
And a solid staff all the way around. I mean, having Dave Hershey at the end of the bench, what a luxury it is to have for Joe, of course.
Right, and both sides. Coach James has Scott McVeigh, who has 20 years at Perkins as the head coach, who came over this past year, and they lost one of their assistants here in the offseason, or right before the season started. Unfortunately, passed away right before the season, and so that's been an adjustment for Huron as well.
First shot here of the third. Man, not even close there for Strayer. So got to shake off some of the cobwebs after sitting, and clean look inside. Hohler's had some magnificent passes, haven't led to many buckets, and they won't here with Murray being off target.
Yeah, that was a great look inside, and unfortunately couldn't finish it. But, you know, it's tough. You're right about Strayer. I think just shaking some rust off, getting a tough look in the corner.
They'll bring it in here from McNulty, almost pushed.
Might have got away with one there. Hohler still can't get it rolling, can he, from downtown yet?
Dawson going to try one at the other end. Big shot there.
Oh, that is a big shot. First couple minutes we talked about in the first half, also obviously important, but you know, you're down 4, you come out here at home, you need to get back to even, make it a one-possession game, and Dawson does just that.
Here's Max fighting through a screen. Picks up Rager.
Oh, that's a tough call there. You see that one again on our replay. Rager kind of lost control of it, I think, as you know, Dawson was playing him straight up, and I think Rager just lost control of the basket. Now, Dawson had his right hand on him there, too, so that might have been what they called. Tough one there, but that's why you want to attack the basket. Good things happen when you attack the basket appropriately.
So it lands Luke on the free throw stripe, where he's been solid so far this evening.
Yeah, and just 56% on the season at the stripe this year, so he's filling it up tonight, though.
Another perfect performance that time, 2 for 2.
Both teams shooting well from the stripe tonight. Oh, my.
And that's a welcome sign if you're a Flashes fan. Back-to-back buckets now from Max Dawson.
Yeah, he's up to 15 already. And it seems like a quiet 15, right? I mean, it doesn't seem like he's gone off yet or gotten super hot.
See if Hohler looks to try to start matching that intensity scoring-wise. Instead, he's been the distributor, just not getting a lot of love. Lagondo overshoots this one, and that's kind of been the storyline tonight for Dylan Hohler. He's had some pretty marvelous setups.
Yeah, Hohler just doesn't look himself so far tonight, but still a lot of basketball left.
See if the Flashes try to get Max Dawson established again. Here he comes off a screen, open look. And you know he's going to try it. 3 for 3 for Max.
Oh, that's a great play set up there by Bedingfield, and a great job by his team to execute a little staggered screen in the paint, and nice job there knocking it down. Hohler going to respond, taking it to the hoop.
And that's more like it for Dylan Hohler, matching it at the other end. And this is just kind of the plays that he's known for. Just kind of, it looks like he's going at a slow pace, but really he's kind of domineering down the lane there, able to get the bucket with a little bit of contact. And back and forth we're going now with these two stars, the top 2 scorers in the SBC. And I think that we're in for a pretty dynamite finish with those two in particular, probably trying to match the bell with each passing bucket from the other.
Oh yeah, this is going to come down to the last minute or two. I don't have any qualms about saying that right now. I mean, we're tied up. It's easy to say that. Oh, we're tied with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, but you know, these teams clearly know each other. They know what the other teams are trying. The other team is trying to do against them. Interesting timeout here by Coach James. He uses his first timeout of the ball game. I'm always curious when coaches call timeout after a made basket if they just didn't see something they liked, especially if they're not going to come out into some kind of pressure. But there was clearly something Coach James said, I don't like what we're doing here to start the second half, and uses his timeout. You can't take them with you, so you got to use them wisely.
So off the restart, it's Willard basketball. And we'll see if defensively things change here on how they're picking up Max Dawson, who's come out red hot from the floor. Instead, it'll be Robinson with a couple of fakes, and he buries one off the square.
Yeah, Hohler was all over Dawson out top, so they just went inside to Robinson.
Now they'll dump it down on the block. Here's McNulty trying to go to work, and that's been a problem.
Yeah, that's a bad decision there by McNulty underneath. Oh, wow, offensive foul. Yeah. Oh, my, let's take a look at this one. I'm not sure. That's a tough call. We've talked about it before. Toughest call is that block charge call. Not sure I would have blown the whistle at all.
Pretty rare to see a charging call when the defender actually leaves his feet.
Yeah, it's not automatic, right? But, yeah, you're right. It doesn't happen often. Ooh.
So that's actually the third foul now.
Yeah, so you got 3 on Strayer and 3 on Robinson. That's a big storyline here, you know, with a lot of basketball left.
Yeah, especially as much as they're screening on the perimeter to get open looks for Hohler. They did, but out of bounds off the right hand of Murray.
Yeah, and you may see Coach Bedingfield go back to that 1-3-1 a little bit to try to limit the foul opportunities defensively. Sometimes that's a way to get your guys out of potential opportunities for fouls, but it also is an opportunity to give up second chance points.
Dawson, not a second thought on that one. Offensive rebound, no stick back as it kind of lipped out there for Thompson.
Yeah, he was in the right place at the right time, just couldn't get it to fall. Nice little bump there from Huron defender.
Hohler squares up, looking to go to work at Cam, who just picked up his third.
Yeah, I'd go right back to Hohler, right? I mean, you go right at Robinson here. Clear it out. Oh, nice look inside of McNulty. What a dish.
Great two-man game that time, and McNulty switching to the left, able to put it home for a couple more points. He's had a fine evening so far with 6.
Huh, what a step through.
But he doesn't quite have the offensive bag of this young man, and few do. So many tricks, so many different plays up his sleeve.
Great step through by Dawson. Mismatch inside. Nice move by McNulty. Great spin.
Whew. Yeah, he definitely took Max for a little ride right there.
Well, and the most important thing offensively for McNulty on that play was he got positioned down low. You see it right there. He just was already inside the block and then just used that inside shoulder and spun himself inside and kind of pinned Dawson behind him.
Trying to get it to Max with a little bit of space. Hohler, though, with him stride for stride this time. Now Strayer looking for a backdoor, nothing available. Dawson, fall away.
Oh, there's no stopping that. I mean, you can't stop that. You got Dylan Hohler on him. There's no way you stop that shot. I was about to say, Brian, this is a bad shot. Nope. I'm not sure there is a bad shot that he could take. Great defense. Cam Robinson just holding up with 3 fouls right there. Makes the move with his feet. Great job of getting in the right spot and then putting it up. And here's this tough shot from Dawson. Wow.
I mean, that's an NBA shot right there.
There's no stopping it.
Off the catch, just 2-foot hop, turn.
Fade.
Falling away. Ridiculous, Max. And all of a sudden, he's got 22.
Just like that.
More than half the Willard output so far offensively.
Well, and speaking of output, they only scored 37 last time, and now they've got 41. That was a heat check there, a little long.
Yeah, tough to fault him. He's been so blistering hot so far. But that's about as clean a look as you can get for La Civita.
Wow. Now they can really shoot it from downtown. They've got some guys who can stroke it.
Yeah, well over 100 made threes on the regular season. Robinson started with a big 3 to begin the night. It's been a little bit quiet since, at least from downtown.
Yep. Cooled off, had I think 8 or 9 in that first quarter.
Now here he is down on the block, gets McNulty to switch on him. Coach Bedingfield says, let's reset. Get a little motion going.
You know, if you watch, you folks at home want to watch Dawson, especially younger guys want to watch. If you want to be a good shooter, the guys are going to come at you. Great drive to the basket, but good defense by McNulty. But if you watch Dawson offensively without the ball, he really moves well without the basketball. Tries to get himself open. He doesn't stop moving. He's got great footwork.
Rager elects not to pop the champagne on that one.
Oh, great backdoor cut. Oh, throw it home, big man.
Great leaping ability for Hohler off the back door, and he electrifies the Huron student section and cheerleaders. Back to a 3-point lead.
Made that look easy, elevating off 2 feet.
Dawson backs it out as he checks the clock down to 35 ticks remaining here in the third. Now Robinson going to work and one. Come on!
Oh, are you kidding me? The level of difficulty on that shot for Robinson and to get himself to the free throw line is incredible. And what a shot! Down 3, got a chance to tie it up here. Just a few more seconds to go here in the third quarter. Wow.
2 guys draped on him too.
So strong. Cam Robinson is a strong kid.
And he's got us all back to even. 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Heck of a third quarter we've had here. This has been a lot of fun.
Fantastic ball game we got right now. And they're going to hold it for one, no doubt.
They made the big trifecta at the end of the second quarter. We'll see if they have in store here. Right before we head into the fourth. Two-man game with Hohler.
Isaac Robinson got lost on that. Oh, Willard dodged the bullet. Sorry, Brian. Oh, no! They didn't dodge the bullet. Oh, both the end of the first half and the end of the third quarter. Terrible, terrible for the Flashes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services: restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, denturals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
We have reached money time here at the Haas, and man, what a game we got going right now. 2-point cushion for Huron on the road over Willard, looking to get a piece of the SBC Bay Division crown. And what a photo finish to the end of the third quarter, much like they did in the second there.
Yeah, you got to close out quarters and halves, and so far Willard, if they don't win this ball game, they're going to look back at both of those possessions and say, man, we had opportunities there, and defensively we came up short and gave up some easy baskets that shouldn't have happened. I think this is going to be a fantastic fourth quarter, though.
It's got all the makings of an instant classic. Dawson's been unbelievable. That trend continues here in the fourth.
Wow. Dawson, take a look at this. Great play call, screen, another screen. They got him right there. McNulty late on the closeout a little bit. You can't let him catch the ball, really. You got to know, right? And that's where the communication defensively has to be. Screen, screen, screen. You're yelling that out. And McNulty in that situation just a little late on getting out there on the closeout.
Double team comes at Hohler. He gives it up. This one's launched short. And secured by Dawson.
It's all right. Ball's allowed to hit the top of the backboard. Just can't go over it.
Oh, Strayer, how about the Euro step? The finish, not there.
That's a tough shot. Oh, great hustle coming back, though. Great hustle by Strayer coming back and knocking that ball out of bounds, because Lasivita would have had an open look there if he doesn't hustle back, and he can shoot it from downtown.
Definitely got to credit Strayer and not picking up that fourth foul along with Cam Robinson in that third quarter.
Yep, and they didn't really go at him.
Rager short on the runner. Strayer pushing it back the other way, and that's going to be tipped out of bounds, trying to find Robinson in transition.
It just has one of those feels that it might be a last-second shot here tonight.
That's what we got in the JV game. One of the cooler finishes I've seen in a junior varsity contest. Shout out Levi Shag hitting the deep three for the win as that one's halfway home and out for Dawson.
Oh, all kinds of guys on the floor. Good hustle, good effort there.
And referees go with the jump ball, of course. Possession arrow is heading the other way.
Been a well-officiated ball game here tonight. These guys have done a great job.
So Willard coming out. Looks like just some, are they in the zone?
They are. It's a little combo zone where you go too high and you go kind of like a 1-1-3, but those two guards are up top, and it worked. Huron, not quite ready for it, and a nice job by Coach Bedingfield mixing it up.
Say last touch by the Tigers, though. You see McNulty doesn't love the call.
Just the 6th turnover, though, for Huron tonight. Hohler is all over Dawson. He did not want him catching that, but he let him catch it, 30 feet from the basket.
Max is definitely in what you call the zone right now. Pretty much everything he's launching that hoop's got to look like it's the size of a huge trash can. I mean, no matter where he's been, he has been right on it.
Strayer had an open look. He said he decided against it. And Willard's going to reset here and try to get themselves a good look. Threw it behind him. That's a tough pass and a really tough catch. Another jump ball here. That's a tough pass from Strayer on the outside, who kind of rolled an ankle there too. But you're looking inside on the cut, and you're throwing a bullet on a guy cutting to the basket. Ideally, that needs to be a bounce pass, and it needs to be out in front of him just a split second early. But Flashes get the benefit of the doubt on the jump ball.
Dawson catch and shoot. Not this time. Strayer bails him out. Offensive rebounds.
Oh, what a move by Isaac Robinson. McNulty has to come over on the backside to help, and he's going to pick up a foul.
Yeah,
Robinson.
check out this head fake. Whoop.
And Robinson kind of tweaked his back a little bit. You can tell he's at the line and looking a little bit like he kind of hurt himself. It was an awkward shot at best.
Still able to push the lead out to 2.
I think the biggest lead for either team was 5, right? 23-18, and I think Huron might have been up by 5 at one point or 4. So it's been close, neck and neck, the whole ball game.
Neither side has been able to create very much distance in between the other with a big run, that's for sure. Been hovering around a one-score game, the bulk majority. As Hohler attacks.
Yeah, that's a 4th shot. That's a tough one there.
Now Dawson spinning off the whirly bird, the finish with his offhand.
Maxi, baby, what a move. Says, I don't need to go all to my left. I can go right. Oh, Hohler, little miscommunication out there, and they're saying that ball got tipped. I don't know if we'll be able to see that one, but you saw the move by Dawson. Great finish going to his right.
I had to show it one more time. That looked like Disney World in the teacups, man. That was a quick spin on the move.
What an athlete Max Dawson is.
He's got 27, folks. At some point, you might want to just start throwing a couple guys at him. I mean, he's feeling it.
Yeah, I think I'm not leaving him. I'm face guarding him the entire time. And if there's a switch, if there's a screen, I'm switching.
Gonna get a foul here on the jersey tug. Trailing behind the play that time was Harkleroad.
And the truth is, you still have a few fouls to give if you're Huron. So, it's okay to play physical with Max away from the ball. And I'm not saying cheap, but, grab him a little bit. Whatever you got to do. If you get called for a foul, you get called for a foul. But you want to hold him a little bit. Whatever you can do, like you said, throw a second guy at him. I'm probably going to switch on every screen. Right? I got to make sure my guys are communicating defensively. Hey, any screen, we got to call these out. We're switching on everything. And if he has the ball and there's a high screen, we're just doubling it. We're going to double it. We're jumping it. I don't care about anybody else. We'll let somebody else beat us.
Anybody but Max Dawson right now.
Anybody but Max, right.
Because I think at the break he was still single digits in scoring, and I mean he's closing in on 30 now, so we're only, a couple minutes here into the fourth, and he had that huge third quarter to help kind of will Willard out in front.
Yeah. It'll be interesting as these teams go into the postseason. We know their draw, and Willard's going to have Gallion in the first round at Madison High School, and if they're able to win that, guess who's waiting for them? Lexington.
Yeah, that's going to be such a fun district to see play out because the sectional championship games are all going to be incredible. There's no easy winner or anywhere that you could have gone if you were a coach looking at the full bracket and say, hey, I think this is a correct path. They all look treacherous.
Yeah, I mean, even for the best top 4 seeds, right, if Lex has a bit of an off night and Max, if they're able to beat Gallion, if Max goes crazy, they could beat Lexington. I mean, you never know, right?
Couldn't agree more.
You never know.
Yeah, I've evaluated that district a few times, and I like the top 6 seeds all to potentially come out of it.
Bullying his way in. Robinson just can't get it to fall.
Tough break for Cam right there.
Defensively, by the way, they were switching every screen on that possession on Dawson.
Now Hohler gets to the rack. He's able to finish left side there, pushing his point total up to 15.
A pretty finish at the basket by Hohler.
Nice cut inside and the foul. Robinson on his way to the free throw line.
Oh, really nice look by Cam Robinson out here. Overhead pass on the backside. Good cut by Isaac Robinson. Now he gets a chance to go to the line. Split the pair last time. Woo. In and out and in. So far, Willard 9 of 11 at the stripe. Splits the pair again, though.
So it keeps it just at a one-possession game as Hohler brings it across the timeline, just about at the midway point here of quarter number 4. McNulty turn, I think, lost the handle, but right out to where it needed to be to Harkle Road.
Oh.
And the runner, pure from Murray, nice.
Nice little floater in the lane. That's a tough shot right there. Huron needed that one. You talk about fourth quarter being money time. The second half of the fourth quarter is the true money time. Oh, a nice block by Hohler.
Right into the hands of Cam Robinson, though. Splash!
Oh, Robinson. Oh, what a shot right there. Stretches it out to a 4-point lead.
Big shot right after Hohler came over weak side with the swat, and he'll throw it out of bounds.
That's a big turnover right there. Turnover number 9 for Huron, and Hohler thought McNulty might have a better angle on that, and he just throws it away.
Sometimes just having a little bit of luck on your side where you're hanging out, right place, right time. Works out on the last possession for Willard.
They still got to knock it down, though, right? Robinson drains another 3. He's having a big night.
Backdoor Dawson, shot blocked. Hohler with his second in as many possessions.
Great block on Max Dawson, and Dawson with a steal.
What a recovery by Max, telling his boys, let's just settle things down. Get right back into our set.
You're right, and that's a big steal. I mean, you got a 2-possession ball game right now, and Huron would have been going the other way with just under 3 minutes. A chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. Oh, dangerous pass right there by Robinson.
Hohler starting to get a nice read on the defensive end. Locked up mano. Imano with Max with the blow by to the rack. Come on! Can't get it to fall. Rager. That's off target. McNulty with the stick back.
Big offensive rebound and stick back for McNulty. Timeout on the floor. A 1-possession game. This is what we thought we would see here tonight. There it is. You see McNulty snatches that rebound away from Strayer and just throws it up and in. Nice hands there by the big man.
This has had all the makings of a classic, folks. Back and forth, been tight throughout as we were just talking about. No one's been able to pull away. And Huron looking just a few moments ago after Max came out with that big theft, like might have lost out on one there.
And both teams with 3 timeouts. You know, Willard's got a bunch of fouls to give here, so they can be aggressive, although you've got a couple guys with 3 fouls, but you can still be aggressive if you're Isaac Robinson, if you're Max Dawson. Like, that's where, hey, we can go for some steals here. We can be aggressive. Got 4 fouls to give. You got 3 timeouts apiece. You know, Huron calls the timeout, and we'll see defensively what they come out in here. You know, if you're Willard, you still have to keep your foot on the gas. You can't just sit back and try to run clock. I firmly believe whenever you start to do that too early, you get yourselves in trouble. You still need to attack the basket. And Dawson attacks. There it is.
Was there ever any doubt?
No, not at all. I think Coach Bell. Oh, big steal!
And Robinson to the rack, might have got fouled, no whistle, but Isaac is there to clean it up.
Well, now you might try to run a little clock, but you go into what I would call, you know, sort of yellow light, where only a really good open shot here, because you're up by 4. A chance to score here would put you up 6 or 7. And a foul out there by McNulty on Robinson. They still got, that was their last one to give, so I think next one will put Huron, or Willard rather, at the line.
So it looks like obviously the Tigers are going to try to identify who they want with the basketball. Go for the steal first, and then make it a free throw shooting contest for the Flashes.
Yeah, and I think when you're down 4, you kind of have to do that at least with a minute 15 left and start playing that game, you know, to extend the game, as everybody likes to say now, right? You're extending it.
Max has had that spin move dialed in. My gosh.
I think I would have fouled somebody else and not let him get the basketball there.
Hohler back the other way, easy one. So the Tigers able to match the Dawson bucket with only about 10 seconds coming off the clock. Best case scenario for them.
Yeah, I don't love the timeout, but I get it. Maybe you're setting up your defense here for full court pressure, but you're kind of a veteran team. You might need that timeout down the stretch. But, you know, in my opinion, you try to get your guys to go into a full court pressure right there on the last possession. You say, hey, all right, after a made, guys, you know, you're shouting 50 or whatever your call is out there. But, you know, this is an important spot in the game, so I also understand Coach James says, hey, I'm going to call timeout. I'm going to get my guys right. We're going to do it the right way.
Down by just 4 still. 81 seconds remaining in this one. Willard, though, with the basketball.
Yeah, and again here, you got a lot of time left. No fouls to give. So you're Huron, you're saying, all right, we still want to be aggressive. We're going for a steal. I'm trying, like the Dickens, to not let Dawson get the ball. And as soon as somebody else gets the ball, I'm fouling. Anybody else.
You almost want to come out and just put 2 guys on them. Barricade number 3.
Well, you could with whoever is the inbounder, right? I mean, and sometimes you might do that, but they're not going to do it here. They got Hohler on him on his side. And they like to run this here. Give it to Robinson.
And Cam going to get double team in the front court. Finds Max out of it. And now they're going to bump Dawson and put him on the free throw line. So, obviously, not how you drew it up here if you're the Tigers.
No, and you know, Cam Robinson almost got himself into a tough spot there. He did, but he made a nice play of getting out of it. He was trapped on the sideline. The trap came just a smidge late, so you didn't have the half-court line as the extra defender.
Oh, uncharacteristic right there. Dawson off target with the clutch free throw. Hohler dips his way through traffic, sets it up. Big 3, won't fall, but Dylan keeps the possession alive. And he's going to get fouled on the floor.
Yeah, it's not a bad foul for Max, right? I mean, Hohler gets fouled on the floor. They're going to put it on the, out of bounds. That's a smart foul, actually, going for the basket. Going for the ball, I should say.
And still 3 more fouls to give before there would be bonus action if you're the Huron Tigers.
Yeah, and, Huron's going to have the ball baseline out of bounds. So here you're drawing up your best play you've got, that one you haven't necessarily ran too often here tonight, but this is a huge possession. Obviously, you don't need a 3. You got to get the best look you can here. Again, you're extending this ball game as long as you can. And if you're Willard, you don't want to give up anything easy, right? You don't want to give up anything easy. But the last thing you want to do is foul a guy shooting the basketball either, though.
Be interesting to see what the Tigers do coming out of this timeout.
Well, you got to think they're going to Hohler, right? Inside, and they haven't been able to get it rolling from outside. They've hit 6 threes tonight, but they've been sort of sporadic.
They'll start with Hohler on the left block. He'll fake like he's going to set a screen, and it leaves this open corner. And it's off target. Strayer with the board. He's going to go to the free throw line.
Oh, what a great rebound by Strayer. Just such a hustle player. We talked about it earlier. I love those kinds of guys, right? As a coach, you need those kinds of guys. You can't have enough of them on your team. He comes up with a big rebound there, and now he's going to the line. These are big free throws. But an interesting play for Huron. They used Hohler as kind of a decoy, and then they went to the corner. They got a good look for Lasivita in the corner. He just couldn't knock it down.
And Strayer will put home the first. That's key. The second one well short, though. You almost saw Thompson run in there and take it.
Open
This will
look.
be taken. And Hohler again making plays, just flying around, trying to keep the possession alive, but the official says he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he stepped out as he was trying to save it, and that's one where you're just hoping maybe somebody calls a timeout. Now they got to foul right away. I don't think you can wait. Here. You're trying. Now you got a 2-shot foul instead of what would have been a 1-and-1. That's too long. That's too much time off the clock, and now you've got a guy, Braden Thompson, going to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, what a game changer right now. Because that was their last opportunity to force Willard to have to make the first to get the second.
Tigers struggling here, or I should say the Flash is struggling a little bit here down the stretch at the line. They were 9 for 11. Now they're 10 for 17.
They're up by 5, though, on our Bo Lacey scoreboard. Make it 6. Clutch shot right there. And now for Huron, you got to get to work in a hurry. That'll help a lot. Rager right down Main Street. Timeout taken by the Tigers as they pull back within 4. And that's the second time that we've seen a quick match for Huron after Willard comes away with some points. So keeping their heart pumping here in this game. They're not dead just yet.
I think if I'm Coach Bedingfield, I'm saying, guys, that one was a little too easy. I don't want you to foul, but that one was too easy. We can't let a guy go coast to coast in 5 seconds and get an easy layup. So defensively, there again is a fine line between still challenging and not fouling a guy when he's going, uncontested to the line, to the hoop. Those straight line drives, you don't want to give up.
So Willard with the ball underneath the hoop. They can run the baseline. 48 of their 60 points belong to Dawson and Cam Robinson. They've been awesome. And, of course, this is the guy you want with the ball with the game on the line. And Rager's going to put him on the free throw line, picking up his 5th foul.
Yeah, Lasivita probably needed to be the guy fouling there right away, and you again ran extra time off the clock. Didn't use your 5th foul. He didn't want to foul out of the game. I get it, right? It's your senior year. You don't want to foul out of your last regular season game, but you also let an extra 4 or 5 seconds run off the clock there, and now Dawson's going to go to the line. I think the fans might have willed that one in. Oh, my.
There are friendly hops, and then there are shots like that.
Oh, goodness.
The second one, not so favorable. Hohler right into Dawson, who picks up the foul. He can't believe it. Willard fans are going nuts. It's hard to tell on the replay.
Yeah.
Looked like Dylan was a bit out of control.
It's okay, though. You had a couple to give. You still do. So, you just got to wipe that off. Not worry about it. You just don't want to give up threes here if you're Willard. Defensively, you're just guarding the perimeter, right? You got to guard the perimeter. Make him go to the basket. Overplay out top. Robinson fell down. Uh-oh. Open three coming.
And it's not good. Hohler with the tip in. Boy, has he been dynamite, just willing his team, keeping him around here in the fourth quarter. He hasn't done a lot in terms of shot making.
That's an amazing athletic play on the backside here from Hohler. Watch this. He jumps up, just tips it up with his left hand. He's pinned underneath. It's not a terrible box out, actually, by Dawson, I think, underneath, but he still got the tip. And that's the last time out, though, for Coach James and company. So, and they had to call it, right? You have to call that one. Understood. So now you're fouling right away. You're going full deny. I'm probably guarding the inbounder here. I'm going with my longest guy here up on the inbounder. I don't want them to be able to beat me deep, but I also know that like my best bet here is to try to get a 5-second call or a deflection.
So that's what's at stake here for the Tigers, trying to get their share of the SBC Bay Division crown. 7-2 so far in the conference. Willard 8-1. Their lone loss came to this very Tigers team earlier in the season by double digits. So
yeah, they only scored 37. Guess how many Max Dawson has tonight?
Darn near that.
32.
And they'll be able to get it to Max quickly too. Bit surprising.
Max's first step is just so good, right? I mean, it is. There's nobody in the SBC that I've seen that can handle that first step of his to try to get himself open. And again, his footwork is just fantastic. He gets open well, he moves well without the basketball, and he works hard. You can't. There's no price you can put on that. And there's no value you can put on that as a coach.
He was a little shaky the last time at the free throw stripe. Not so much with that first one.
Well, he's worked so hard here in the second half. I think he just got a little tired those last couple of shots at the line.
Calmly knocks down the pair, makes it a 5-point game, and he comes out and quickly fouls Hohler. They still got a couple more to give.
Yeah, and that was a smart foul, right? I mean, he wasn't nothing harmful that he was trying to hurt him or anything like that.
In the Willard student section with the SBC chant. Boy, they can feel it now. Would take quite the heroic effort here.
Oh my goodness! I think that shot.
You gotta count that.
I think it should have counted. Oh, we gotta see that again, B. Oh,
Let me
man.
see if I can rewind this.
Oh my goodness. There it is. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's a tough one. He comes up and just fires it right as he's getting fouled. And Coach James and company are fired up. There's no replay at the high school level that's available, right? They can't just go look at it. We're not going to New York to take a look, right?
Yeah, it's coming up here in just a second.
Oh my goodness.
So this was the full play after the foul of Hohler. See Coach Bedingfield tell him to back it off. Dylan on the run. That's unreal. Now back in the field of play. I believe the Tigers just turned it over.
They knocked it out of bounds. Still Huron basketball, but at this point it's elementary. That's not right. It's academic. How's that? Throw it in, let Hohler fire it up and in, but man.
That'll count, but it won't be enough. 63-61, your final score. Willard are your SBC Bay Division champs, and that gentleman right there, special. Big performance in the second half.
34 points tonight for Max Dawson. I thought 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, we were here against Lucas, was a tremendous ball game that he played, and tonight he shows why. He's probably the best player, at least in the Bay, if not the whole SBC. Tremendous performance by Max. And, his whole team played well tonight, let's be honest.
And he'll be our MVP, presented by Ebert's Dental Group when we come back. Stats, analysis, and more. Keep it here, the post-game show. We'll roll along.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services. Restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentures and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Yo, these are the bomb.
And they're air popped, not fried.
Popcorners. You're an artist.
Actually, Jesse, it's just basic ingredients. No, we don't eat our own supply.
Mr. White.
Jesse,
Everyone's gonna want to taste. And I know just the guy to talk to. What are these? We call them popcorners.
say their name.
Popcorners. Take! Yeah! How much of this stuff do you have? We've got 6 signature flavors, Joe. 7! You make 7! 7.
7 works.
Yeah.
Popcorners. Break into something good.
We're gonna eat a lot of snacks together.
Tonight's high school basketball live stream brought to you folks live and free thanks to all of our generous sponsors. Big shout out to Bo Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right and on time. Spherion Mid-Ohio, let us help you build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments, and by Ebert Dental Group. Make sure that you set up some dental assistance with Ebert. 419-935-2881, conveniently located at 390 East Howard Street, Suite C, right here in Willard. And now it is time for our Spherion Mid-Ohio post-game show, brought to you by MidOhioJobs.net. And the Nets getting cut down here. Brandon, always a special occasion for any young athlete, but especially these seniors for the Flashes. I mean, these are the times that you're going to remember forever.
Yeah, it sure is. And if you're Max Dawson and all these seniors, this is the last time you're playing on your home court. And to go out with a win like this, to win the division in your conference, it took a team effort, right? All of these guys in the lineup played well. Beamer played well off the bench in his limited minutes. And the JV kids are excited to be a part of it as well, because those guys help in practice as well. And your whole bench and your coaching staff, your cheerleaders, this is something that everybody takes in as a community. And communities like Willard, you know, they rally around their high school teams. It's why we love high school sports. You know, we get to watch this happen, and we see guys come out here and say, hey, this is what it's all about. And they do things the right way here in this Willard program. And, you know, Huron played a heck of a ball game too. And, you know, they have nothing to be ashamed of out there. They've got a tough assignment when they go into the postseason as well in their district. But they have an opportunity to make a run in the district as well. They'll play either Bucyrus or Northwood if they beat Lake, who's 1-17 on the season. So, and then they could match up against Crestview, who's 17-2. So they do have a tough district as well, but they could give a run against Crestview or Cardinal Stritch if they make it that far. It's a good ball club as well. Didn't play their best tonight, I think, but part of that is because Willard's defense was fantastic tonight.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and we'll take a look here at the final stats. Brought to you by Spherion Mid-Ohio, and it's really even across the board as anticipated, Brandon. There's not really any number or statistic that you look at and would say, hey, that's kind of been the difference outside of, the foul shots. 6 more makes for Willard, and they were put on the line quite a bit at the end of the game, and when they needed to, they did capitalize and come through.
Ultimately, let's be honest, they couldn't stop Max Dawson.
No,
right?
I mean,
we talked about it in the open. We said repeat the D, and they only gave up 37 points in that first game against Willard. And tonight there was no stopping Max Dawson. And I say that too. Cam Robinson had 17 tonight. That's above his average. Cam played a heck of a ball game and hit a couple of really timely threes. The thing about Cam is that he hits shots when it's important. So all of his buckets seem to come at points where it's like we really need a basket, and they have found a way to double Max or put him in a tough spot, and he finds Cam, and Cam hit some great shots at timely moments tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you, and he wanted to take those shots at the big-time moments, and for Max, once he hit those first 2 coming out in the third quarter, you could just tell that his entire mindset changed, and he got into 100% I am coming for blood mode. When he was catching it, he was not hesitating. He was shooting, and he made, I think, higher than 50% from downtown in the second half. And then when he was in attack mode going to the basket, he had to have been shooting close to 75. He really was unstoppable.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's where a guy who has that football mentality like Cam Robinson brings it onto the basketball court. And he's able to translate that intensity and that bulldog nature of going to the basket like that. It's impressive to see out there. It's unfortunate that they're in such a tough district. They're going to go into the postseason here, and they've got a chance to you just never know, right? But they've got Galleon in the first game, and then they would square off against Lexington, who is just fantastic this year, as we all know. But, that's why you play the game. You don't know what's going to happen. They could beat Lexington. There's no chance. They got to beat Galleon first. I don't want to look past Galleon. I don't want to give them any fodder. Anybody can beat anybody on any night. And Galleon's not terrible. So they're not a terrible team. That's going to be a tough matchup a little bit. But, if they're able to get past them, you see Coach Bedingfield out there waving the net. And congratulations to the Willard Flashes here tonight.
Yeah, what a moment for them, capping off a SBC championship, but more importantly, I think for them is that they get to have it for themselves and get some retribution for the only loss that they had within the league, knocking off the Huron Tigers. They wouldn't want it any other way as they do move into their competition next coming up with Galleon, which we will talk about coming up after a quick commercial timeout. After we step aside, we'll be back with our MVP of the game, brought to you by Ebert Dental Group. That's going to be Max Dawson. We'll hear from him and wrap things up here from the Haas. Stay with us.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I was soon. Know as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Ebert. This is my son, Dr. Cam Ebert. We are Ebert Dental Group in Willard, Ohio.
Here at Ebert Dental Group, we offer a wide variety of services. restorative dentistry, dental implants, root canal therapy, Invisalign, teeth whitening, cosmetic dentistry, dentrals and partial dentures, Botox, and much, much more.
We're currently accepting new patients, and we would love to see you here at Ebert Dental Group.
Yo, these are the bomb.
And they're air popped, not fried.
Popcorners. You're an artist.
Actually, Jesse, it's just basic ingredients. No, we don't eat our own supply.
Mr. White.
Jesse,
Everyone's gonna want to taste. And I know just the guy to talk to. What are these? We call them popcorners.
say their name.
Popcorners. Time! Yeah! How much of this stuff do you have? We've got 6 signature flavors, Joe. 7! You make 7! 7.
7 works.
Yeah.
Popcorners. Break into something good.
We're gonna eat a lot of snacks together.
right, welcome back here with the Ebert Dental Group Player of the Game, Brandon Wells alongside Max Dawson. Max, I'm sure tonight was one of the preseason goals you guys set into motion to try to win the SBC. How'd you guys do it tonight?
Yeah, that's something we've been working for all summer, and they got us the first time, so that was kind of in the back of our mind the whole week of practice. So it kind of sparked us to come out hot tonight.
First game versus this game, what was the difference? I mean, you guys only put up 37 offensively, and tonight you guys went crazy. You had 34.
Yeah, we didn't shoot it well. First round, shots didn't fall over there. Their players played well. Their good players played well, and we just didn't play well. And I thought tonight that was kind of, I mean, that's what drove us the rest of the season. And going into the Bellevue game, I think I said we weren't going to lose again. And tonight I couldn't stop thinking about that, and I just wanted to get the job done.
Here with the Ebert Dental Group Player of the Game, Max Dawson. I'm Brandon Wells here on the OH Report. Max, tell us about your teammates. It was senior night. You had Carson Weirs out there. It was a nice moment for him to be able to get out there, injured and not able to play. But then you also had Braden Thompson and Alex Strayer, who played tremendous tonight.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Carson, man. He comes to every practice. He's there. He's making jokes. Like we have a bad drill in practice or something like that. And Carson just makes it better. He's a fun guy to be around. And for him to get the start tonight, that was really special.
It was fun to watch. Alex Strayer played really well tonight. He's one of those guys I called on the broadcast. He's kind of a glue guy. Does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he is. I love Strayer, man. He gets after it. He loves his role, and he buys into it great. And all he wants to do is win. Same with BT, Braden Thompson. He just wants to win. Those guys are winners, and all they want to do is win.
You guys have great chemistry out there. What's the key? I mean, is it off the court you guys get along? Coach, how does all that work? Because it's clear that you guys love each other.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams look at us and say these guys are all about 6 foot. And maybe these dudes aren't so good, but our chemistry is what makes us good. Yeah, we're hanging out all the time, and it makes it a lot easier because we know each other so well.
All right, last question for you here, Max. OHSAA tournament up next. You've got Galleon in the first round. What's going to be the key for you guys going forward to make a nice run in the tournament?
A lot of people are asking us about down the road, who we want to see down the road, but we're worried about Galleon right now.
Right.
And Saturday, it starts tomorrow, practice tomorrow, and we'll be ready for Galleon.
What do you think you guys need to get better at between now and then?
I say limiting teams to one shot and getting 3 stops in a row. We call it a kill, and that's really big in our program.
Sounds good. Thanks, Max. Appreciate it. Max Dawson, our Ebert Dental Group Player of the Game.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon. Knew as a child, back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in the room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. And don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time.
Back here at the Haas, where it's a 63-61 victory for Willard tonight. You just heard from their star player, junior guard Max Dawson. And, man, what a fun family atmosphere it just seems like for this team and this group, with Max kind of at the forefront, the guy that everything revolves around with this team. But he just mentioned how much he loves some of the senior guys that are on the team and some of the different attributes that they bring to the equation. So this does feel like a squad that you wouldn't be surprised if they make a little run in that D2 tournament, would you?
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because chemistry is so important at this level. And guys who really like each other and care for each other on and off the court, or I should say off the court translates to how they play together on the court. They're very unselfish. For as many points as Max puts up, he could put up way more. But it wouldn't be what's best for the team, and I think he recognizes that. But there's guys that I've coached and played with that I know don't have that same mentality, and to try to get them to understand that is incredibly hard. He talked about the chemistry on this squad and how they all really care for each other, and it's obvious, right? And some of that credit also will go to Coach Bedingfield as well. Does a tremendous job, you can tell, of getting his guys to buy in and play for each other. That's hard to do nowadays, I think. Harder than ever, I will say.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. And as we'll take a look now at what's on the horizon here moving forward.
Yeah, Max talked about it, right? He said, hey, we've got Galleon. We're not looking past Galleon. We're going to go one game at a time. And I know that's a cliche, but I think he believes it, and I think they do as well, the rest of his team. You can only play the next team on your schedule, right? It's a cliche for a reason, but it's true. They've got Galleon, and that's going to be a tough one. Galleon's 8-13, but they play some really good teams. That's not a game that they can just roll in and roll out the basketball and be like, yeah, we're going to beat them.
Yeah,
right?
they've got a couple of top-level scorers in Chafin and Kent that they both, on any given night, can go for 25+. So I think that there's going to be a lot of points scored in that game. Very similar to Willard, where they score a lot, but then they give up a lot. So I see the winner of that one definitely being in the 70s.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Max hit on it by saying, hey, when I asked him what they have to do better, he said, well, we have to limit them to one shot. And I liked his idea of what they call a kill, right? And I think he meant 3 straight stops defensively. And I love that. And if I get back into the coaching game, I'm going to use that terminology because I like it. I think that's a good way to get guys to understand. You get 3 straight stops on the defensive side. That is a great term for it. And I really like the way they call that. On the other side, Huron, who has a tough loss tonight, on the road, but they gave it a good run here tonight. Obviously, nothing to be ashamed of. They've had a great season. They go into their Division III district in the Norwalk district. They'll play Lake, who's 1-17. But sometimes those teams like that are dangerous because they've got no pressure on them. They've got nothing else to play for other than pride, and go out there and maybe, if they're able to win a game in the postseason and upset somebody, it makes their whole season. So I know it's the coach in me saying it like, oh, you don't want to take anybody lightly, but that's the truth because I've been on that end too of a team that's had a really tough season, and you're like, well, hey guys, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. Let's try to pull one out. Whatever we can do, let's pull out all the stops. So I know it's one game at a time, but then they would have the winner of Bucyrus and Northwood, who's both teams are 4-14. So they have an opportunity to win a couple games before they would run into Crestview potentially, who's 17-2 and just one of the better teams in the state in the division, and then Cardinal Stritch, who's fantastic as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting Division III district as it starts boiling down. But definitely Huron, they've got the most favorable first couple of games, I think, in the entire bracket to be able to move on and get into that Final Four of the district. So I would count on the Tigers at least making a run to there. But, man, what a game it was tonight. Had so much fun with you, Brandon, and this thing was back and forth. It had all the proper elements of, I think, that the potion that we were looking for. Everything on the line tonight for Huron. They gave it a gutsy effort, but sometimes big-time players are just too much to overcome. The big gun tonight, Max Dawson, 25 points in the second half. He was brilliant.
Max Dawson, big-time player in a big-time game. Those guys show up in big games, and he did tonight.
So that'll wrap up our coverage from here at the Haas. I want to thank everybody back at the OH Report Studios that helped make this happen, including Adam Thompson, makes all of our beautiful, delightful graphics and puts together these cool little templates that you get to see. Mason Neese, our camera guy, doing an excellent job tonight, operating with the photog view up here. I'm Brian for Brandon saying so long from the Haas, but hey, we got 2, 3, 4 live streams coming up tomorrow, all for girls basketball sectional championships. Actually, I think 5, Brandon.
Oh, my.
Plus, we've got the KMAC Wrestling Championships that tip things off in the morning at 9 a.m. So if you're looking to watch sports all day, just kick back, relax, and let the OH Report do the work and enjoy your weekend. So long for now, guys.